The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Wilson now in his second season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. Now Rosen on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Middle. Check 55 to Mike. So we got man.
Now it's Rosen. Safarian Jenkins has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On first down, Drake. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
He's not going to get me.
Rosen off the play action. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Rosen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
And now it's Rosen looking to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Sanders' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get him! Kill! Turn up! Kill! Turn up! No foul! Mike 5'9". Let's go one more.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stop your whining. Jim. Shift. Wide. Get wide.
Snell on the shotgun handoff. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
59. Tackles. Big Ed. Snickers, 66. Mike's 59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got it.
On 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
It's a gain of 18. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Black 20. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? Get Snickers. Check. Lucky. 6 guys. Check 6.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 4. Easy. Undercrush. Take 2 of them.
Snell going to try the right side, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Kill. Snickers, got spin. Mike, check. 59. I got it. Mike's 59.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
59, Mike, 59, Mike, check, 59.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster, that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Bang, 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 bang. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 6-6, pull it high. 59. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Check these two. Check 13.
They hand off to their big tight end. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
All right, now, white 80. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Come on. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Bro. Check 24, check 24. Check. Block it,
Trying to run for it with Snell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 36-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hard.
Rosen will throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Watch the slant. Check 26, check 26. Alert, alert. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Charles Harris. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Alert, flare, alert, flare, flare, flare. Hey,
Now Snell. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 8.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line.
Hey. We got three. 3 down. Shift.
Jack 16.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Exit. SOS.
On first down, it's Samuels. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Watch the eye.
Easy. Alert.
Mike.
Buzz.
Watch the screen. Pass. Check the backer. Check it.
Double bump.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Shift. Watch the shift.
Left out. 50.
You must be dreaming. Slam. Check 37.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles Harris able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Check.
What's up? 59, what's up?
Shift. Watch twist.
Take both of them.
They'll run with Snell. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All game. Let's get it.
The Steelers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 13.
Next to score, Steelers 23, Dolphins 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this off.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Set! 230.
Check, 59. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Jack!
You good?
You go tight.
These two.
You got tight right there.
On first down, Snell looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Dolphins' 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike's 59.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, alert 3, alert
Checker, 66.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Joker, 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 Joker.
Flag,
Roethlisberger will throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Robert Kimdichie drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, this from 48. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
It's 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go back to Grant. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now it's the backup Rudolph. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the ready.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Even. 4th down. Even.
Hit it.
And they take a knee.
Rudolph on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
60 or.
Here we go.
Now.
And they will take a knee here.
Rudolph on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
Let's set a tone.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Pittsburgh, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they dip to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.